All right, Mac, I'm going to tell you how to grind a camshaft, the best camshaft for your engine. All right, now Max says where the inlet lobe comes off the base circle, the width of it is 106 degrees. Well, camshaft rotation. And the exhaust lobe also is. Now, the lobe angle, which is the distance between the base circle centerline and straight up the nose centerline of the inlet lobe, and the base circle centerline and straight up the exhaust lobe nose centerline, will make it since it's 106 degrees base lobe width, will make the lobe stagger, the distance between the lobe centerlines of the exhaust and inlet, 106 degrees. All right, so you time the inlet lobe centerline counterclockwise 90 degrees. You time the inlet lobe centerline counterclockwise 90 degrees after top dead center, since the camshaft turns counterclockwise. And since we made a 106 stagger between the lobe centerlines of the intake and exhaust lobes, that means that the exhaust lobe centerline will be timed counterclockwise 196 degrees counterclockwise. Now, we know that 2 degrees on the camshaft, we know that 1 degree on the camshaft is 2 degrees on the crankshaft, because the camshaft turns 90 degrees, quarter of a turn, to the crankshaft turning half a turn, 180 degrees. So 1 degree on the camshaft is 2 degrees on the crankshaft. I've got a bit of alcohol in me here, anyway. Guinness and 2 Coopers, but anyway, 4.4, but so anyway, so what we'll do, we've timed the inlet lobe centerline counterclockwise 90 degrees after top dead center. The inlet lobe centerline counterclockwise 90 degrees after top dead center. And the exhaust lobe machined on the camshaft is timed 196 degrees counterclockwise after top dead center. So now we'll rotate it around, all right, counterclockwise to 90 degrees. Now the inlet lobe centerline will be at bottom dead center. And the exhaust lobe would have already done so since the center line of the exhaust lobe is 16 degrees, so the center line of the exhaust lobe is 16 degrees past horizontal, all right, which is so that's 16 degrees past horizontal. So that's 16 degrees plus minus 16 degrees minus 53 degrees. So that's hang on, that's 13. Hang on, what's that? That's 37 degrees. So I've already done 37 degrees of, so that's 37 degrees minus 180 degrees power stroke. So 180 degrees minus 37 degrees, so that equals, we've done 143 degrees power stroke. All right, and we've already done what have I done here? So we've already done, so we've done 143 degrees power stroke, and we've done 16, so 16. So we've done 16. So 16 minus 53. So center line 16 minus. So hang on. So that was a center line. So we've done 16. That's a center line. So hang on. So what have we done here? So we've done 16. So we've already done 16 up, and that was a center line. Yeah, that was a center line. So we've done a center line plus 16. So we've done 53 degrees exhaust stroke already, and then we rock it round right up to vertical, and we've done 180 degrees exhaust stroke, and we've also we can take off. We've done 180 degrees exhaust stroke, and now the inlet's starting to open for 53 degrees also. So we've done 143 degrees power stroke, and we've done 183 degrees exhaust stroke, and we've done 53 degrees valve overlap, and so it's rocked over. Hang on. So that's the start of it. So 53 degrees exhaust slope. 53. So hang on. So we've done 110 degrees power stroke. We've done 143 degrees power stroke, and we've done 53 degrees valve overlap so far. And we're 16 past, and we've got 16 past, and we've got 16 past in the base circle. 16 past, and we've got we've got 90 degrees valve overlap. So 90 degrees valve overlap. So we've got 90 degrees valve overlap. They all just said, oh yes, he explained it. So you got 90 degrees valve overlap. These cams are rubbish. There's nothing you can do with them. You got 90 degrees valve overlap, and therefore you get 90 degrees in the duration. 90 degrees in the duration. It rocks around, and then you get 90 degrees in the duration. So you get 143 power stroke. What did you get? 143 degrees power stroke, and we got 16 minus 106. So we've got 90 degrees valve overlap. So we've got 143 degrees power stroke, 90 degrees valve overlap, and 90 degrees in the duration, and then you got 90 degrees in the duration, and then hang on, in the duration's up there, and then you got 90 degrees compression duration. That's your cam. What was that at? That was at 135. What about we try one at 106, right on the minimum? So that was that cam. So 143 power stroke, 90 degrees valve overlap, 90 degrees in the duration, 90 degrees compression duration, and exhaust stroke is exhaust stroke is 180 plus 180 plus 90 is 270. Exhaust correction, 180. Yeah, exhaust stroke is 270. So that's your cam. So that was with a one. What low angle was that? I forgot. Alcohol don't work with your brain. But that was a 106 low angle, I think. So I'll try a 135 low angle to the other extreme. So inlet lobe centerline, and you also have centerline staggered 135 degrees apart. So time the inlet lobe centerline 9 degrees counterclockwise after top dead center. Lobe base width is 106 still on inlet and exhaust lobe. So when you rock it around, you got 106. 106. It doesn't work. So the first cam is the way to do it. So there you go.